Hello, everyone. Um, it is 9:53 p.m. at night. So I was trying to not have to come back on here and trying not to do a video tonight, but I have to. Um, so I did the video of the idiot with the noise harassment with the loud bass music. I was trying to not go outside. Um, and so he blasted loud music, and I filmed and recorded him. That didn't stop. I called the front office, and the phone rang about between 8 and 10 times. Nobody answered, and precisely immediately after I hung up the phone, that's when all the loud music stopped. He was torturing me for at least a good damn 15 fucking minutes. And at that time, I was trying to go and use the bathroom. I didn't even document what time it was. Um, it probably was about 7:45 or somewhere around there. That happened, and just now, David Jane came to make a fake new account to harass me, and I forgot what harassing I forgot what harassing name that he tried to call me, um I don't remember if he tried to call me gangsta piggy or something. I don't remember. So he tried to call me gangsta piggy or something. I forgot just that quick. But he tried to troll and harass, and as I said, like, if David is supposed to be mentally slow and not really that intelligent, I really think that the perps are guiding him and coaching him on what to say. Because David ain't that damn intelligent. But he sounded intelligent, fake intelligent enough that I almost questioned whether if that was the fake Darnell Williams perp. It wasn't the fake Aquarian Doris perp, because sometimes she will leave like one longer harassing message. She doesn't leave like 30, 40 freaking comments. Like the fake Darnell Williams perp and David Jane. And David Jane started doing it first. They are the only two online perps that will make like 64 comments if you're not paying attention, or if you're not there. If I'm not there on time to stop them right in their tracks and block them, they will make like 60 something comments. Why so many why so many? So, and with the fake Darnell Williams perp, I have to block him on, when he comes to harass, I have to block him on all channels, because if I block him on one, he will come and harass on other channels. So I have to block him on all my channels. So David Jane lied on me. I mean, he tried to be like, well, Candy stuck her middle finger up at the librarian and was panhandling and doing this and doing that, and I don't remember. I don't have. I'm not gonna get my other phone. But he lied on me and said that I stuck my middle finger up at the librarian, and I didn't do that. And they lied and said I was panhandling. I was not panhandling to people, coming in and out. So they lied about that, and I'm not banned from the libraries. I told y'all yesterday that I'm not banned. So, but I mean, that was their attempt at trying to get me wrongfully banned, lying on people. And so, David, you going to hell. So, you know, like at one point, like, hold on, I guess I'll have to use up some of the battery on my other phone to tell y'all what he said. But I mean, I can't believe that if David is cleverly evil enough to know how to trigger and provoke me and emotionally, psychologically, and mentally stab me in the heart. And me knowing David for all those years in Los Angeles, David never trolled or harassed nobody. So, all right. I'm gonna tell y'all what he said. Come on. So, hold on. I got all these messages syncing between two phones and, all right. Oh yeah, and on my videos from this morning, people, like, on some of my videos, people said with an attitude, and like on some of my gang stalking videos that I posted earlier, they said multiple people said with an attitude, and see, they making my eye itch. They said with an attitude, and I'm like, well, if you didn't care, what you cared enough, like people say, you cared enough to fucking comment, huh? All right, so David Jane made a new account called Gangsta Piggy. And he said, no, there's a reason why she was banned from the library by panhandling, cursing people out. Also gave the finger to one of the employees, plus using the bathroom at the library property. They have freaking bathrooms. What you mean using the bathroom at the library property? Ain't that so? That's slow right there. That is slow right there. If you go to the library and you're there all day, don't you use the bathroom at their property? What the hell? And so then that's how I know that's him. He said she chose to be homeless, so people feel sorry for her. Where you get that from, David? You ain't smart enough. You never have been smart enough to think like this. You get that from parroting my twin sister's lies. And then he said, how many calories you put in your tummy? So, but yeah, him saying there's a reason why. You ain't smart enough to talk like that. Excuse me. I'm got a little mucus in my throat. So the noise harassment from earlier and the harassment from David Jane and a couple other things is the reason why I came back on here tonight. So right before coming onto the video, I had just got out of the shower, and like after I got done washing myself, they started to mildly start squeezing my organs, but my body, especially my organs, have been vibrated all day long today, all day. And also, like after my shower, but before coming on to this video, they did a high pitched ring noise in my right ear. Excuse me. So, but but yeah, I didn't work on any writings today because of like I didn't feel like lightheaded or dizzy or anything like that, but I felt like um just like I oh man, I can't even think properly. Like I felt like my balance, like poor balance. My balance was like poor balance and mild confusion as far as like um the vertigo. You know, it felt like as if I kind of like had like not total loss of balance, but my balance was a little bit wobbly and a little bit weak, minor, mildly. Um, so after what happened today, make me not even want to go down to breakfast tomorrow. But with the funds, the donated funds I had left over, um, I paid like I had like enough points where I was able to get a discounted night. Excuse me, a discounted night plus, I mean, I had to pay 3,000 points plus just like under $70. Well, it's paying for Sunday nights to Monday morning. So so this morning I had paid for tonight slash tomorrow. I originally was supposed to have to leave and be back on the streets today, so thankfully I had enough for 2 more nights. So, um, so like, so now, I have enough funds to be scheduled to leave on check out on Monday. You know, excuse me. So, I mean, if the gang stalking is bad enough, I might not even be able to get to eat breakfast tomorrow. So I calculated that after paying just under $70 for the hotel room, and then um that plus paying, I mean that plus I will have like, after paying for the hotel room tomorrow morning, um paying for the room for tomorrow morning to have to enough, just enough to have to check out on Monday. Then after paying for the hotel room tomorrow morning, I had reserved it, and so then you know I just have to go down and pay for it tomorrow. And so that will leave me with a little over $15 left over on in the bank, and then like no cash. So I guess to like Today, like this morning, like I had two small. Remember, I told y'all I had two small banana ban- banana nut muffins, and then I felt. I mean, and I had that and cranberry juice. Excuse me. But then I felt hungry 30 minutes later, and then I felt this starvation kind of feeling, like starving, hungry all day long. You know, um, I felt starving, hungry all day long, and like forced myself to wait until like right after 5:30, and I was hungry enough that I ate that I ate you know excuse me, I ate the you know I almost forgot that I had it, but I ate the two pieces of the pita bread and the rest of the tuna, the packs of tuna. I was extremely hungry. I had two pieces of pita bread and two packs of tuna, and the last of the banana bread. I mean the other small little package of slice of banana bread. And so now all the food that I have is all that I have left now is just three pieces of pita bread. And does the coconut oil count? I haven't even been consuming the coconut oil that much, but I've been carrying it around. But um, but I mean, I feel like it's frightening that internet stalkers try to if they try to all because of my twin sister, the internet stalkers trying to who hate me, trying to police how they think I should live, and they think that I should be forced to fit the homeless stereotype. They got many variations of homelessness, but they want me to fit a certain stereotype of their idea of what it means to be a real homeless person. But if David Jane does not like me anymore, why does he like randomly just come and harass me occasionally? There was a point in time he was doing it every fucking night. And under different names, under different fake names, and I know it's him because it's somebody you can tell that he's off, slow, and illiterate. You know, so, but at first I kind of couldn't tell who that was at first, but dozens of comments, yeah, that was him. He had already made 10 fake harassing comments before I was able to put him to a stop and block him. But remember, I told y'all the fake Hell's Way Church, they used to call David greedy also. David called me up telling me about Ben Fraud, abusive, narcissistic, fake Ben Fraud, saying that me and him are the greediest in the church. And I'm like, well, if you feed everybody else 4 hot dogs, how come they're not greedy, but we're only greedy because we're considered the mentally slow ones in your eyes? But for you to treat us like that is not Christ-like. For you to pretend to be a fake pastor. So I mean, yeah, somebody tapped David Jane on the shoulder and told, probably instructed him on how to sell his soul. And now this is what he's doing. Like, if you don't like me, if we were former friends, church friends, look y'all, church friends. And now this is what you're doing. But my twin sister has online perps thinking that they got the fake authority to manipulate me to be fearful and scared of trying to eat 3 meals a day. Or them trying to criminalize me eating 3 meals a day. Like, I've been eating 3 meals a day for many years without question. And going years without anything. Like in 2017, 18, 19, 20, nobody really bashed me for eating 3 meals a day. And I ate my 3 meals a day. Even 2012, 13, 14, 15, I ate my 3 meals a day. But it's not until these YouTube stalkers, like ever since that sex trafficker that tried to force me to not be Christian, falsely glorifies that sex abusive, narcissistic, fake sex trafficker DJ. He saw the online stalkers, copying off my twin sister with calling me greedy. And so then he was like, you don't need to be eating 3 meals a day. And I'm glad that he left me alone. So after DJ left me alone, and Alex Dupree, then the fake Darnell Williams perp started to harass. And I'm telling you, he sounds like a fat person. So I mean, all these, even a lot of the online perps, they're fat, hypocritically fat, and call me fat and greedy, and trying to police how many meals they think I should be eating. Like, back off, mind your business, and leave me alone. It's not your business. I'm 40 fucking years old. And they got skinny homeless people who eat 3 meals a day. And it's like they think that I must be starving, that I have to be starving. They will harass me even when I worked for my own money and paid for my own stuff with my own money that I worked for. Like, with my own money that I work for. Who told you can have Chilean sea bass? I told me I can have it. I rewarded myself for the first time in my life to get employee of the week or employee of the month? I don't remember. But I gave myself permission to try and have Chilean sea bass. And I tried it, and it wasn't even good anyway. If that make y'all happy, fuck. That was my only time in my life trying that. You know, and it was like about $25, but that was with my work money. But they don't question. They applaud and praise my twin sister cooking and eating. I'm pretty sure I got other family members that eat 3 meals a day. Who's gonna condemn them? But they would control and restrict what Sean eats too. Take all Sean's money and then restrict him from food with his own Social Security and SSI checks. No, Sean doesn't get Social Security. He was just getting SSI. And they would take all of his SSI money and withhold his money and restrict him from having any food, and then condemn him and call him greedy. But y'all force people to see a psychiatrist and take medication that the side effects make you extra hungry. And then you turn around and call us greedy. But it seems like as if y'all want me to be forced to starve myself just to please y'all. I could just freaking breathe air and y'all call me greedy for that. Somebody who hates your existence that bad. And guess what? When we were in foster care, Sean was skinny as fuck. And people were still calling him greedy. But Wyatt and Mark used to eat like a hog in foster care. They used to eat a lot. And Wyatt still eat a lot. But, excuse me. But people never really called Wyatt greedy. And Derek would eat like after we became adults, I noticed that Derek would eat like a hog too. And stay little bitty and skinny, you know. But, excuse me, due to my homeless situation and food uncertainty, you know, food insecurity, being here in New Orleans, I definitely cannot get to eat 3 meals a day. But in Pensacola, I had, you know, only a couple of times or a few times I had moments where I've had to miss a meal or so. But here in New Orleans, I've had to miss pretty much ever since last year, and ever since October last year, I've had moments where I've had to go like a whole entire day without having help with any money for food or nothing at all. Even this year, having like a whole entire day with no food and hardly any water, and then my whole body start cramping up. And then sitting on a bench, having nowhere where I could lay down and sleep, and then being gang stalked heavy and harassed. No targeted individual really chooses to be homeless. You know, they gang stalk us out of our homes. They have had people in the TI community that will document their wrongful eviction from certain apartments or housing or whatever. I've seen people in the TI community who are homeowners, and the Freemasons want to buy their property or buy their house for whatever reason, and the homeowner that's targeted will stand their ground and say no. And so they would do stuff to like systematically slowly and surely and slowly but surely and systematically perform gang stalking tactics where eventually you're forced to have no choice but to end up being forced out of your house that you've been paying mortgage on for probably over 30 years. How is that fair? Or if they tamper with your car so much you can't even drive it no more and forced to have to sell it. Or you're forced to have to waste a whole lot more money with repairs on the vehicle. Like perps just trolling and doing wicked shit. Like I've had it happen to me when I had a car. Just slashing your fucking tires for no reason. Busting your windows for no reason. And you can't call the police because you don't know who did it. Or who's been doing it. I mean, they won't let us have shit. They won't even let us have no doggone money or our own job, car, house, friendships, relationships, marriage. They destroy any of that. These Freemasons tell the gang stalking puppets to destroy any and everything we got. And a lot of the times these online vigilante stalkers spread false rumors about me and they don't even get the story straight. I know the narrative of my life. I keep telling y'all, do not let these fools, these strangers try to think that they can tell the narrative of my life better than I can. David Jane was not in my life. I'm pretty sure sometime after 2015 all the way through now. But with the exception of seeing him one time in 2018 when I was stranded in LA. After the Grand Canyon, being workplace mobbed off the Grand Canyon. And then stranded in LA after all my stuff got stolen. That was a fucking nightmare. And so people kept telling me until I got a driver's license. They kept telling me I couldn't leave Los Angeles. Excuse me. So eventually, after 3 weeks or so, I ended up making it back home to New Orleans. And that very night was October 14th or something like October 13th, 2018. It was a Saturday. And drunk lady Yvonne did what she did. And then the next day, Ramona did what she did. Excuse me. So, but my twin sister would tell everybody how to abuse me, but she got her fake emotionally sensitive moments too. Now, in 2012, she called me up crying, telling me that drunk lady Yvonne told her, "That's why your ass so fat, 'cause you eat so damn much." Saying, that's why your ass so fat, 'cause you eat so damn much. But I heard that Yvonne is very stingy with food. And I don't even know how Rebecca and Blake and all do. How the hell they fucking survive if all Yvonne was served is corn, peas, rice, and turkey necks every fucking day? What the hell is wrong with you, lady? And Ramona would say that Yvonne would serve people, rice, corn, and peas and turkey necks. And then that she will serve you the amount so small that you can more literally count the amount of corn and peas on your plate. How did her kids freaking survive like that? And then Blake was huge and obese. But because Blake was seen by society as mentally normal, nobody was going to control what he eats or call him fat and greedy when he was alive. But they would call the biological mom Frances fat and greedy But Ramona hypocritically called me fat and greedy. But who was going to call Ramona fat and greedy? Ramona had been big, huge, and obese. And I had other family members who've been big too. Like Belinda had been big, but I don't even know if people would ever call Belinda fat or greedy. But her so-called self-esteem, they said, had been shot down, and that she was super depressed and ended up, like, I don't know, like, I heard stories that Wyatt and the biological nephew John, which is Belinda's first son, the oldest one, that they would harass Belinda to the point where she became depressed and resorted to getting a tummy tuck operation, and then died shortly after. And the foster sister Shelley was kind of overweight, but hypocritically calling me fat and greedy. And April had been overweight. And people want to say, oh, that's because I had kids. When I was on freaking psych meds, how come that can't be an excuse? Y'all, the psych med, the psych abusive, narcissistic, fake, Masonic, gang stalker psych world forced me to take psych medication. I never had a problem with being called fat or greedy until Prozac in 5th grade. And that's when I started kind of gaining a little bit of weight. But all throughout foster care, I may have been a little bit overweight. But I had never been, like, obese until after the first semester of college, being 200 pounds. And then after Hurricane Katrina, then I really started being more and more obese and gaining more and more weight. And struggled with weight issues ever since then. But then 2018 and 19 was the first time I had my own place to live. And like from 2017 through 2019, it took for me to weigh, like I was weighed like between 275. Actually, the biggest I got was 320. And that was after Lisa Ruby's abuse. But if it weren't for Lisa Ruby's abuse and her manipulating and controlling my food, then I would say that the biggest I've ever gotten when I was in New York in 2006, I got up to 306 pounds. 304 pounds. And then I was on medication, excuse me, even in 2010, when I was at Mayhill Hospital in Denton, Texas. Like, I weighed like 210 pounds. And within 18 days, they starved us and controlled our food. And they didn't really, they fed us a toddler amount of food and trying to make it like they wanted to treat everybody like we're all diabetic. I gained, I forgot what medication I was on that they forced me on. But I was on a psych medication where if I wasn't even, they controlled our food and wouldn't let us eat that much. Gave you like toddler-sized portions of food. And then felt like I was freaking starving. But the medication alone, you don't even have to be a glutton or overeat. These medications be making you gain so much freaking weight. Excuse me. So I don't remember what medication it was, but I gained from 210 to 265. I gained 55 pounds in 18 days. Like, and like eating, even though 3 meals a day, but a toddler sized portion of food. Like, food like a 2-year-old. Excuse me, they're making my nose itch. And I was like, in 2006, when I gained up to 304 pounds, I was walking 60 blocks a day, walking like 3 or 4 hours a day, and only eating lettuce. I'm not kidding. And I just kept gaining and gaining and gaining and gaining more weight because of psych medication. Some certain psych medications make you extra hungry and make you eat a lot, like trazodone and doxepin and Cymbalta and stuff like that, Seroquel. But other psych medications, like, you don't even have to eat. Like, you can eat hardly much of anything and just gain and gain and gain more weight for nothing. And people think, oh, ha ha ha, you're not starving. Like, if there's a homeless, obese person on the streets who's starving because of being on psych meds that make you hungry, then they'd be like, ha ha ha, you don't like, you're starving to me. And it could be that they might be on psych medication that make them big even without them being a glutton or eating that much. Excuse me. So yeah. But when I was at UBH Mental Hospital in Denton, Texas, I mean, I was able to eat like a hog, eat like a pig on those psych medications. But, and I didn't gain a whole lot of weight. I was still like 210. During the time of that suicide attempt in 2010, I weighed only 210 pounds. And then, like, I already described, like, what happened at Mayhill, like, a month or two later. Mayhill Hospital. But I also heard people end up being obese because of, what do you call that? Mercury amalgam fillings in your mouth. Excuse me. Now, and the back of my mouth is filled like with a whole bunch of like fillings on both sides, like all the back of my mouth. And I heard it's a neurotoxin. So, but now I try to make a conscious decision to stay away from Wendy's, stay away from Taco Bell, stay away from McDonald's. Because I mean, for me to feel like food insecurity and then be craving something like a McGriddle or something, that would be damn torturous. But I'm not a glutton anymore like I used to be, over a decade ago. Like about a decade, almost a decade and a half ago. Yeah, I was a glutton on psych medications. But even after I got off the psych medications, it took me a couple of years or like maybe like 2014 or 2015, I ended up being able to have like better self-control and not be so gluttonous, I mean, I try to like not even, I haven't had churches since 2019. with the exception of one biscuit last year, the end of before I left Pensacola. Um, Other than that, I have not had Popeyes since like 2018 or 19, with the exception of New Year's 2020. I have not consumed McDonald's since like 2018 or so. Well, I have been trying to break away from McDonald's, but then when I went to Las Vegas, um, at the like downtown Las Vegas, when I went to do the Grand Canyon job, fake McDonald's was all there was to eat. I think, you know. So, but yeah, like I have much better self control, but sometimes I might get a little bit out of hand with sweets every now and then feel ashamed or feel bad about it, and then get spooked and be scared that, oh, I hope I don't become diabetic or something like that, you know. But but I mean, but if I'm like too depressed, I might eat like ice cream or something, um, cakes, cookies, or whatever. But I mean, everything has gotten way better. Um, you know, with as far as appetite, and I'm like, what a miracle! I can control my appetite, because when I would be like on Cymbalta and Cymbalta and you know, Doxepin and Trazodone, Seroquel, Paxil. I mean, not so much Paxil. I meant to say Prozac. Um, but yeah, like in elementary school on Prozac, people would call me greedy. But then, um, like going to Gretna Junior High, I was on psych meds, but I don't have like in seventh, eighth, and ninth grade. I didn't really have. I don't recall being harassed about being called greedy. But then when I got to high school, in my sophomore year in high school, I was so fucking skinny. I was really skinny, and I wish I had pictures. Um, I mean, y'all saw the eighth grade picture of me in that blue bathing suit, this blue swimsuit. I was skinny, you know, but I think my junior year in high school, I think even some cases in my sophomore year in high school. No, you know what? I was being called greedy in junior high, because that's how that situation with Lanika happened. I was 14 years old in ninth grade, and she tried to at the track meet, and right after my targeting had started, you know, yeah, you know what? I was being called fat and greedy, or called greedy, and imagine being 5 feet 2 inches tall and like 135 pounds and like a teenager, and then being called fat and greedy. But then, like my senior year in high school, I was like overweight but never obese. But I was on like what's the name of that medication? It's at the back of my head, but the tip of my tongue. Risperdal. Risperdal used to make me gain a lot of weight, eat like a pig, and pee on myself. And I'm like, what if back then I was having like, you know, but even I was 18 years old, and I was on like trazodone, and I would end up having like random stomach cramps that be like crippling or paralyzing stomach cramps. Um, and I don't remember if it was just like excruciating cramps, or if I experienced the them felt like my organs being squeezed even back then. You know, but 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 yeah, like when I was living in Los Angeles, the only time people try to make me out to be greedy. Oh yeah, the fake summer night lights program. They were all abusive, narcissistic ghetto perps. And then when the biological mom Frances passed away, they tried to make me out to be greedy, and they would give me less food than everybody else, and then call me greedy. But but yeah, like I guess the hunger that I felt throughout skipping lunch, you know, excuse me, if I would have had like McDonald's or Burger King or something, I think that the suffering with the hunger probably would have been more excruciating. But like I heard that the medications would cause you for people to not be able to I guess it would mess up your chemical imbalance in your brain. And so if it make you sleepy all the time and make you constantly hungry all the time and then have a raging temper, I mean, not being on psych medications anymore, I guess I have not 100%, but um, a lot better self control. As far as anger outbursts and stuff, even though I still have them with my Tourette's and stuff. But I would hate to be craving. I mean, I've experienced it before, craving McDonald's and having no money. I don't want to feel like that again. But I would eat like, you know, almost an entire 8-inch cake being on psych medications, you know. But like when I became in my early 30s and like weaned off psych medications and stuff, then I had moments where I can eat something and be like, oh, this is too sweet or something like that. Or, um, whether it be food or drink, if I might be like, oh, it's too sweet or something like, or too much sugar or something. But but every now and then I might feel like craving sugar or sweets or something. But excuse me, I think Thursday was the day. Wait, I think I did have something. No, wait. I think Thursday was the day I don't think I had any. Did I? I don't remember if I had anything sweet to eat. To eat. You know what? I think I did for breakfast, but not for dinner. Was that Thursday? I don't remember. But a couple of days this week, I remember not having anything sweet throughout the whole day. Um, excuse me. So, but I've been like lately been dealing with candidiasis fungus outbreak. You know, for the past few days. I mean, since the past few days. But know what they call candida or candidiasis or something. But I don't even remember if I had any. The last time I recall having Pizza Hut was 2018, and I don't remember the last time I had Papa John's, but Domino's I've had recently, you know. And Domino's, I don't remember how Pizza Hut made me feel, but Domino's, it's like it had the same effect on me like McDonald's. But like if you can eat 3 slices of pizza and then hungry 30 minutes later. But if you had like organic, natural, local pizza, you can have one big slice and can't even eat it all. But it'd be like the ingredients in the pizza or whatever food. You know, if you have like if you have a natural organic kind of whole grain bread, grass fed beef, um grass fed cheese, and have like some spinach and arugula or salad mixture on your sandwich. I mean, for a burger or whatever, you probably cannot eat the whole thing. But if you eat something like, yeah, McDonald's, you can have 2 Big Macs and then be hungry 30 minutes later, and people just be like, oh, you're greedy. No, it ain't about being greedy, but being starved of proper nutrition. They say you're not greedy, just nutrition starved. They say, oh, as odd as it seems, if a person might be obese or overweight and eating the wrong kind of foods and just being nutrition starved, you know. Excuse me. So, um, like as I was trying to say that, you know, after paying for the excuse me, after paying for the hotel room tomorrow, for tomorrow / Monday morning, excuse me, afterwards I would just have enough funds for one meal. But I mean, I'm feeling like scared to go down to breakfast tomorrow because of how I was treated today by people, you know. But you know, like as I said, like I am tired of being like harassed about and bullied about food when my twin sister's fat herself. Excuse me. And it's like they want you on psych meds that make you hungry and then call you fat and greedy and try to control and restrict your food and make you feel like you're fucking starving. And then when you feel like you're starving, then that brings on anger and rage. That you're forcing people to take meds that make you hungry. Excuse me, and I heard that psych meds rob you of nutrients as well and dehydrate you. And one of the psychiatrists that was a good psychiatrist that got corrupted, Dr. Mulamala, um, he was good to me at first, and then he got corrupted and became a perp. Um, his name was Dr. Praveen Mulamala in Denton, Texas. I think I used to see him in McKinney. Was it McKinney, Texas? Um, you know, fake. Yeah, I'm talking about it. Fake MHMR in Denton, Texas, they got offended that I didn't want to be seen like deal with a mental health clinic no more. And then I went to the you know, see a private psychiatrist. And at that time, I felt like, well, why can't I just see the psychiatrist? Why do I have to deal with these fake psych nurses, like the mental health nurse, mental health case manager, and psychologists, and social worker, and all these, you know. But now I've just walked away from all of psychiatry in the mental health system, everything. So I want no parts, nothing to do with that no more. So, um, yeah. But I mean, to be harassed just about every day, um, and the online stalkers lie and falsely talk about Candy's money hungry, and that, oh, if Candy was offered a gang stalking deal, she would sell out at the, you know, at off first offer, or that if I would have been that type, I would have sold out long time ago, but I have not. Because if I would have sold out, I wouldn't be still being harassed. But I see, like, I've been documenting harassment consistently, never perped anybody, and never had any breaks or never took off. But certain fake TI perps that sold out will participate in perping and harassing me and calling me, treat me the same way as the regular perps, and linking up with the stalkers. And then at the same time, they quit documenting their targeting for like 2 years. And then all of a sudden, and then they sell out and become a perp, and then start gang stalking and harassing other fellow TIs and causing other TIs to lose support, lose friends, because the popular fakes that sold out, they got some power and influence through witchcraft, and they've been initiated. And so they start to perp and harass other TIs and turn other people in the TI community against that TI that they don't like. And then they will perp harass and, you know, got a nice car, house, and more money and everything. And then after 2 or 3 years, they lost everything. And then go back to crying on the streets and speaking against trafficking and targeting. Not all fake TIs that sold out do this, but some of them. They will go back to crying about being gang stalked, and then lose everything, and then start speaking out again. And then after a while, they start perping again. And then, and it seems like, and y'all call us that never sold out, y'all call us mentally unstable. But I'm like, after you sold out and got quiet for a bit, and then you calling me mentally unstable and crazy for crying on the streets and fighting against the stalkers. But you, like 2 years ago, don't act like you weren't doing the same thing I was doing. Because people were calling you crazy and mentally unhinged too. You forgot where you came from. You were called mentally unhinged and crazy too. And didn't like being told that you're schizophrenic and need medication. And now you turn on another TI and you can dish it out but can't take it. excuse me, and then like after you sold out and then became a perp and was quiet for 2 years and then came back targeted again and lost everything and then end up in and out of jail, or prison, and then next thing you know, then you go back to a period where you're quiet and perping again. And then eventually, you die or get covertly murdered. And then people will say, oh, this person was a such and such outstanding member of the TI community and this and that or whatever. And I'm like, you lost it after you became a perp. Because I heard that it's like the celebrities, like the devil will come to collect. And what they say, you gotta pay the Pied Piper. And I heard that the gang stalkers don't even own their shit. Just like celebrities. And I heard that basically the celebrities don't be rich like that they have to take out a loan. And that they are pay, like everything is with interest or whatever. And the big, like, if you hand over your soul and then get all these nice things, like nice, expensive, pretty house, cars, whatever you want. Excuse me, but in exchange, they said that all the music and acting and stuff is like a front for the sex trafficking and satanic rituals. And then they perform satanic rituals in their music videos, hidden in plain sight. Like the music videos or when you think it's funny on and comedy and TV and movies and stuff, that'd be like freaking satanic rituals references and stuff. But no, I will not sell out at my soonest opportunity. You want to know how many times that how many offers I've rejected and will continue to reject? And the fake Darnell Williams perk and the fake Aquarium Doors perk be like, switch sides now, Candy, switch sides now. And recently the fake Darnell Williams perk, he lied and said that Candy already switched sides. No, I haven't. Because if I did, then there would not have even been that scare of y'all trying to make it like, oh, Candy banned from the libraries. I was told Friday that I'm not banned from the libraries. Thank God. And I've been praying about that too, in Jesus' name. So, but I know Christians are supposed to be fasting or whatever, but I don't want a religious narc trying to tell me when to fast. Lisa Ruby and Tracy Broadhurst spiritually abused me with fasting. And certain other religious narcs. But, like, I've been having, like, to go, like, extended periods, of no food. Or sometimes, like, hardly, little to no, like, certain days recently, especially within the past month or so, having certain days where I have little to no food. I meant to say little to no food as well, but little to no water. But it's like these perps, they want me to starve and die out. And it's like if they hitting you with direct energy weapons to the point where they force you out of your home through torturing you with weapons as well. Excuse me, if I wanted to be homeless, I would have never put myself on a freaking housing list. But gang stalking network, you're not allowed to they won't allow you to have a permanent place to live as long as you're targeted. And then they would make sure you're banned from all the damn shelters too. All in the fake name of lying and saying, well, you don't want to follow rules. So I'm supposed to stay quiet and take the abuse. So I'm breaking the rules by saying, look, this person is, gang stalking me with one headlight. Or my disability alone breaks the doggone rules of the shelters. And these shelters be like filthy and fucking disgusting. Like, I'm not even going to go into detail and describe the filth and disgust, what I've seen and experienced at shelters. It's so just, because I don't want the perps to get ideas on what to do to me. So I'm gonna be quiet about it. Excuse me. Excuse me. These organizations give zero fucks about the poor and homeless, while they pretend that they do, and they take, like, the ones who run in the shelters, y'all ought to call them greedy. They be exploiting us. But tomorrow's Sunday, but Monday, if they had a temp service job opportunity or something, because I don't know what's going to happen with the court date next month. Any of you Christians, can you keep me in your prayers about that? But anyway, I'm gonna get off here. I'm starting to get yawn. Excuse me. But yeah, I wish all jobs could be like you get paid like at the end of the day or the next day. And I really think that will help curb homelessness too and poverty. If people get paid on the day that they work or after they work or the day after they work, rather than being forced to have to wait 2 and 3 weeks for like $55 a day. And yeah, it's hard. It's really hard, But I'm gonna get off here. Well, I guess Monday I will end up being like having like no more money at all, really, and having to ask for help with food and stuff, and then I would have to be funky and dirty for at least a week, being out on the streets with swollen legs and sleep deprivation. So I'm going to get off here. Thanks for listening to me.